Yo, what's up, dude? How you doing? Oh yeah, still haven't fixed the electronics on this. So I'm finally making it back on here for a video. This has probably been the busiest week I've had in I don't know how long. Just the craziest, busiest week, which is a good thing in some ways because it means I'm making money. But, man, I just, you know, night after night we just had item after item after item. Lots of stuff for the kids. I'm going away this weekend. So I said, geez, I better squeeze in a video now or they're not going to see me till Tuesday. Let's see if this video has the same issue with the audio. The last video, a lot of people said it was only coming out of one ear. Now, I'm actually getting that of both speakers, so that's really weird because it seems like, and I don't know that everybody said they had the same problem. Maybe everyone did, just not everybody mentioned it. But when I play it back on my computer, it's coming out of both speakers. So that is bizarro. I'm running a TH2. This is one of their stock patches called asymmetrical delay. I can definitely hear it's a little different delay in each ear. So one thing that's come up recently is I joined Tal's Top. The acoustic Led Zeppelin either orchestra project or tribute orchestra project. I think it's tribute orchestra project. Tal's Top or Tal's Top. And so the rule for the group is that no electric instruments. So it's like a boatload of acoustic instruments, melodica, which is cool, and everyone's seen the one that sort of goes straight into the mouth and has the little mini, the plastic one, the keyboard. But there's actually some more pro ones that use a tube and has a larger keyboard, and the guy in this seems to have that one, the nicer one, which is pretty awesome. And it, there's no shortage of hold on a second here. Yeah, there's a little extra noise coming out of that mic. I just turned the gain down a hair. No shortage of acoustic songs by Zeppelin. Jesus, the whole third album was like 50%, 60% acoustic, Am I in tune here? think so. B sounds a little flat, doesn't it? Better. Really like TH2. This is what head is this? It's the Randall T2 head. Probably my favorite head in the software. I really like it. But anyway. So you pick a note. Here it's E. And I totally learned this because they explain it in the movie. Right? So it's up a like up a step. And then down what would that be? Down a sixth? Yeah, right. It all has to add up to 9, right? So, right. So in other words, if you're looking at an octave and you pick a note, any note in the octave, right? Then in between the octave, those two, the spaces between the intervals between that note and the octave itself, the root, have to add up to 9. Right? Am I right? Right? 2 and 7, 6 and 3, 5 and 4, 4 and 5, right? 6 and 3, 7 and 2. Right? So it would be, yeah. So, yeah. 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 6 and 3, 7 and 2. Right, so if here's E and here's the octave, if I go here, it's a second from this one and it's a seventh from this one. And the same here, you know, if you go to a 3, now it's a 6. 4, it's a 5th. People ask me about my little tapping thing. As you can tell, it's sort of like a Celtic sort of a bagpipe. There's the root there, the A. The second, the third, and this is the 5th. And this is the 5th. The open. And it's sort of a very low-rent version of a much more spectacular piece done by Steve Vai on an Alcatraz album. You remember, Steve Vai was in Alcatraz, as was the band, obviously, not the prison. And so was Yngwie Malmsteen. In fact, didn't Vai replace Malmsteen? Right, Malmsteen was in the band. Then he took off and became a solo act. And then Vai was in the band, and then he took off to join David Lee Roth with Billy Sheen. I saw Billy Sheen in Talis way back in the day at those in Boston may remember Celebration. Remember that club? They're in Kenmore Square, so there's like the Rat on one side, and on the other side there was Lipstick, Celebration, and one other club. Jeez, it's killing me. I can't remember. It was a triple set of clubs owned by the same company. Oh, jeez, I'm forgetting it. But anyway, I remember Lipstick and Celebration. I think Lipstick was upstairs and Celebration was downstairs. Celebration had metal night. I'd go there and catch, the occasional metal band. And Talis was playing, which is Billy Sheen, killer extraordinary, but basically the Eddie Van Halen of the bass. He was playing there, and we totally screwed up our times. We thought the doors opened at like 6, or we thought they opened up at 6 or at like 5 or something like that. We were totally wrong, and as soon as we got out of school, I was in high school, we like drove straight there, me and my buddy Paul. We drove straight there, and then my other buddy Paul showed up, and he's like, wow, you guys are really early. I said, yeah, well, like the first one's here. No one showed up for like another 90 minutes, which goes to show we were way off. And doors opened at 8. We were there for like 3 hours. And we were like the first people in the door. We knew exactly where to go. We knew where Billy would be set up and everything. And that was they ended with Ain't Talking About Love. Jesus. Jeez, not that I can play. It's been a rough week. It's been not much guitar playing going on. Lots of staring at computer screens and poring over papers with a red marker, with a red pen going, that's okay. I don't like that. So, Talis, there's one thing that I'll never forget from the Talis show. Well, one thing is just like Super Hot Babe from like some local magazine showed up, and all the guys were like, hey, baby. She's like, whatever. I think that's exactly what she sounded like too. And but the one thing I remember is, I had gone to high school. I had gone to school that day. This was like a Wednesday night, and in fact, it was a Wednesday night. It was metal night. So I was up at 7. I had to be at school at 7:30. I think the late bell was at like 7:40. So, it was pretty early in the morning. Or certainly 7:15 was like the I was out of the house at 7:30. Had to, high school's right up the street, walk there. And so, yeah, 7:50 was the late bell, so I probably got in there about 7:15. And, now it's like 11:15, and they're taking the stage. So, they're going to play till 1. So it was like very, very late in the set. I'm in front of Billy Sheen, and I gave out like the biggest yawn. I was like, and Billy goes like, what the hell was that? And he reaches over and slaps me right on the head. I was like, sorry, I'm really tired. Oh, I felt bad. And he, he was feigning, disrespect, but he was having a joke with it. But I never forgot that. I was like, oh, sorry, man, dude, I've been up since. And the other thing is, I remember about that is, it's like, where's Billy's limo? You realize these guys are flat broke. He drove by in like this broken down 40 Conno van. I was like, that's Billy Sheen in the driver's seat. He's like, as he drives by when we were waiting out front. And my friend Paul goes, oh, the glamorous life of the metal rock star. It's like those guys, they probably didn't make, all that much money. Though it was a pretty packed house. I'm sure that particular show was sold out. I'm trying to think of other bands I saw in the clubs. The one I always remember missing was Spinal Tap. They played a few shows when the movie came out, and I missed their show at I think they played the Channel. Either the Channel or the Paradise. I had to work that day. It was a Saturday. It was an all-ages show. But I caught them years later when they played the Great Woods, Mansfield. What do they call it now? The Tweeter Center? No, because Tweeter went out of business. It's I don't know who owns it now. Someone bought the naming rights. It's not Tweeter anymore. Jeez, I don't know who owns the naming rights on it now. Yeah, who else did I see in clubs? I saw Anthrax, who were pretty good. They were a tiny bit heavy for my style of music, but I thoroughly enjoyed them because they were having fun and it showed. One band I'll never forget was I saw Raven. Remember them? They used to wear I just remember the drummer was wearing this hockey mask. They were incorporating athletic gear in their show. And the bass player was the singer, and he had this he does this solo. We were dying, and I mean, we were quite honestly, having a lot of fun with the show at their expense. And we were there with this drummer, Sean, and he loved them. He loved that band. He probably dragged us all to it, and we were all having a good time, and we split out a little bit early, and we're out in the car. We had lost him, and we probably left right after the last song. Maybe we didn't stick around for an encore or whatever. Went out and went to the car, and then my friend Paul, he's a scathing bastard. In fact, I got another story about that dude that's pretty funny. And he goes, you watch. He goes, Sean will come out, he'll get in the car, and he'll go, that was the best show ever. And I swear to God, that's exactly what happened. He comes up to the car, he gets in, and he goes, that was the best show ever. And we all burst into laughter, and he's like, wow, what's so funny? We're like, oh man. I remember ditching that same dude at a Dio show. We're in our seats. Sean, he's so freaking drunk, can't hold his alcohol. He throws up everywhere. I thought we were going to get in serious fist fight. And I was just like, later, dude. We all took off. I ran into my buddy Paul. He's like, yo. It's like, what the fuck was that all about? He's like, Sean. Oh, too funny. Yeah, my buddy Paul, he could be a real, not the bass player, this other drummer I used to play with. He could be a real ball buster. And I worked there's a big company in Boston. The guy passed away. I actually met him. This guy, Tom Flatley, and he was big real estate magnate in the area, and he owned a bunch of malls. And I worked at the mall, you know, like just when I got out of high school. And so we spent the summer hanging, you know, planting flowers and mowing lawns and, you know, doing all this stuff. I worked in the landscaping division, which was a lot better than cleaning toilets, you know. Could have been a lot worse. Could have worked inside, but I worked outside. And so there's one kid joins the team, and other kids, we know this kid because he's from East Dedham, and we know, you know, that's where I'm from originally, you know, at the time. I was living in East Dedham, and we're warning him, we're telling you right now, this guy's trouble. He's trouble. And so anyway, they hire him anyway against our, you know, our advice. And and this guy Skip, he's like a pathological liar. And he's going on like all this stuff, and we're all just rolling our eyes. It's like, whatever. And so my buddy Paul shows up, and he's like, yeah, I'm a drummer. And my friend Paul, who is a drummer, goes, oh, yeah? He goes, do you play for anyone? He's like, yeah, I play in 2000 BC, which is a local band at the time. He's like, really? Because they have an ad in the Phoenix this week looking for a drummer. And, like, he's totally busted in a lie. So he goes, yeah, that's, you know, that's just that other guy in the band. He says some guy's name, the guitar player, because he wanted two drummers because we have two pianists. I mean, just to even say pianists versus keyboard players, it was just, my buddy Paul goes, oh yeah? What are their names? And then, I mean, you couldn't make this up. He goes, you wouldn't know them. They're from France. I mean, it's straight out of the Coneheads. You know? It's like, you wouldn't know them. They're from France. My buddy Paul goes, oh, yeah. So, what a ball buster. He finds out that 2000 BC is, like, playing a gig. So he doesn't even work for us. He's coming there to meet me after work. He, like, posts up on the board, hey, let's all go check out Skip in 2000 BC, the band. He puts, like, a sign up. He, like, took the time, like, this before computers. He, like, hand wrote this sign and, like, you know, put some paste on and pasted up the ad that showed in the Phoenix that, you know, they were playing some gig. Hey, let's all get out and support Skip. Oh, my God. What a... Actually, one other thing I remember about that Skip guy is we were working out at a, you know, they'd send us around. We mainly worked at the Dedham Mall, but they would send us out to other malls because the guy owned a bunch of malls. So they send us out to this other mall. I think it was out in, not Mansfield. Medfield? Yeah, Medfield. And it didn't get the attention like Dedham got. So, you know, kind of overgrown and all this stuff. So we're out there, we're mowing lawns, we're cleaning the parking lot, you know, we're planting a few flowers, he's getting the place in shape. We go out there like, whatever, 4 times a summer to sort of clean that mall up. So it's the first time we're there. Skip is with us. And he's mowing along a fence and he disturbs a bee's nest and he gets stung. And so we're like the foreman Dave, he's like, yeah, get back to work. So Skip's like, you know, I might be allergic to bees and all that, but, you know, now he's sort of proven himself as this, you know, tall-tale storyteller, liar, that no one's believing him. He's like, yeah, you know, I might, you know, I think I'm having a reaction. I think I'm having a reaction. We're like, sure. Yeah, get back to work, go back. So we check on him a couple of minutes later, and you could see his lip was like swelling up. And Dave goes, you know what? Let's call it a day. Let's wrap everything up. We've got everything we need to do. Let's drive back to the office and let John, who's like the senior guy, take a look at you and see, you know, what's going on. So we get and we're driving back, and Skip is freaking out. He's like, I think my throat's closing up, you know. He goes, and I go, I'm driving the truck. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're starting to look a little bit like the Elephant Man. And Dave goes, I am not an animal. And we're all laughing. He's like, shut up, it's not funny. And you could see he was swelling up. There's like a walk-in clinic on the main road as we're going. Dave's like, and it was pretty bright of him. He's like, because I would have never done it. He's like, you know what? Let's just pull straight in the walk-in clinic and just walk him in there because this could get serious. You know, he's having a reaction. And we did. We pulled in, and the doctor's like, oh, come on, come right in. As soon as he saw him, he's like, go right in. He pulled him right in the back and gave him a shot, and he looked so much better just walking out. We got back to the main office, and the main guy, John, he was like, that was pretty smart. I'm glad you stopped. He's like, that could have got real ugly real fast. That was a crazy summer. Summer between high school and college. What do we have here for patches? Anything? No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. What's that? Blackface? You can hear the that sound reminds me of that, and it reminds me of a that's sort of like 5150 Van Halen style with he had the heavy chorus. You know, the mid 80s, everyone had those. In the early 80s, everyone had the heavy chorusing going on. Not too bad. The heavy 51 with the Variac gun. Cleans up so well, you know. So I'll have to see what happens with Tal's top or Tal's op. See if we ever get a gig where I can get like a recording of it. Though I hesitate to post anything Zeppelin related. Just because they're so brutal, they always kill it. If it's even remotely close to a Zeppelin song, they mute the. No, they don't mute the audio. They ban it. And they only ban it, from my experience, in one country, the U.S., which is like 70% of my subscribers. I love that. Little turnaround riff, you know. You can sort of finish it. It's so out of practice, and it's freezing down here. So that's about it. I'm just checking in and saying hello because I've got a vacation coming up this weekend, and the kids are home from school all next week, so that even cuts more into my hours. So my schedule's getting super tight. This has been the busiest week. This has just been a crazy week. And I finally found the time tonight to do a video, because I know I can sleep a tiny bit later tomorrow. We're getting into what, like that Stratty blues twang, you know. Anyway, guys, that's it. Just shooting the breeze, saying hello, and I'll be back with some more, you know, like lesson style, and you know, I got an ear training thing in the works that's actually pretty awesome, and it totally worked for me. I remember making ear training tapes back in the late '80s, and you know, it feels impossible at first, but after about 2 weeks, not even, really even a week with the tapes, as long as you do like about an hour a day on the tape, bam, like right there. So no one uses tapes anymore, but what I can do is do what I did on the tapes, which is basically give you a bunch of tests, you know, play a note, what note is that? You start small with just a few notes, you just keep adding more and more notes, and sooner or later you get them all, you know. It's pretty awesome. And then, you know, you should be able to pretty much recognize any note against any other note. Start to recognize intervals, and of course chords, you know, knowing between a major chord and like a dominant 7, you know, or a minor, you know, minor 7th versus minor 7, you know, get all those little nuances in there, and it takes a while. You know, it's not instant. It does take a while, but it happens. It totally happens, and it just really helps your playing out. It really does, in a major way. So it's in the works. Probably have Peter back again. Maybe get some Talis stuff going, and that's about it for now. I'm still trying to find a way to do some good theory stuff, but so far screen recorders and all that stuff hasn't been working out too well. I even tried just mounting a camera over a sheet of paper, and that was just a giant hot mess. So I'm still working. I'll figure it out. You know, I got to do it in a way. You know, maybe it's just a matter of doing a lot of video editing and speeding up, because man, it's just it's too boring. You know, too many dead spots, you know, as you try to go through all this stuff. So anyway, that's it, guys. Rock on. And I'll be back next week, taking the weekend off. Be back next week, and I'll see you then. Rock on.